Good evening. My name is Battalion Chief Randy Lammons, and I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight for the graduation and pinning ceremony of Class 2023-1. If everybody would please silence your cell phones at this time, and we'll begin the ceremony. If everybody could please rise for the presentation of colors by Lubbock Fire Rescue Honor Guard, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by firefighter Hunter Allison, and invocation by firefighter Tucker Brindle.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. Pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
You'd all bow your heads for a prayer. Dear Lord, as we rise to meet each new day, let us be filled with your Spirit. Wherever we go, let us spread love, joy, peace, and goodness and faithfulness. Let us desire to become more like you and to worship you in all we do. In Jesus' name, amen. Please be seated. At this time, I'd like to welcome Deputy Chief of Operations, Nick Wilson.
All right, well, good evening, everybody. Great to see all of you guys here. As he said, my name's Nick Wilson. I'm Deputy Chief of Operations for Lubbock Fire Rescue. And I want to start off by saying this, and that is that great public safety does not happen by accident. And that starts with our citizens, the public, ultimately our taxpayers, you guys that are out there in the audience, and it works its way up to our great elected officials here in Lubbock, Texas, that make public safety a number one priority, that make sure that we have the people, the resources, the equipment, the tools that we need to be able to do our job. And I'll tell you, it's important because if you go home and you turn on the news and you watch TV, you don't have to look very far to find other examples here in this great nation where that is not the case. In fact, I'd say far too many examples these days. And so I know we have at least one of our elected officials today. We also have City Manager Jared Atkinson here in the audience, and we certainly appreciate him for his leadership as well. But let's give our elected officials that support us and make this possible a round of applause. And I know we have from District 5, Dr. Jennifer Wilson, one of our, again, great council people. The next thing I want to talk about really is our training staff. We said that great public safety doesn't happen by accident, but great recruits don't happen by accident either. You're going to hear from several of our speakers tonight about all the hard work they put in, all of the hard things that they've done, what amazing people they are, and all of that's going to be true. But I would also submit to you that we have a group of individuals that have worked as hard or harder than these recruits, and literally day in and day out for months out of the year pour their heart and souls into making sure that these guys understand our values, our culture, they buy in, that they have their teachers, mentors, a lot of times mental health professionals, and that these guys, again, all the training, experience, knowledge that they need to become the future of Lubbock Fire Rescue, and that's our training staff. So members of the training staff, I want you to stand, and I want to give these guys a round of applause for the hard work that they do. Finally, retirees. I can see one. I think there may be more. If you're a retiree, stand up in this room. There's a couple more. I think there's one other. Yep, a couple. Definitely give these guys a round of applause. I will stand before you and I will tell you that Lubbock Fire Rescue is one of the greatest public safety organizations, not only in the state of Texas, but anywhere in this nation. And I believe that with my heart. Now, again, that doesn't happen by accident either. And again, we owe a lot of who we are and what we are and how successful we've been to these individuals that have come before us. And again, we tip our hats to you guys. So just got done talking about a lot of our great training staff. So it is now my pleasure to introduce one of those members of our training staff with the summary of training, and that is Captain John Tunnell.
Good evening. My name is John Tunnell. I'm one of the captains within the training division. It's been my privilege and honor to be a part of each of these firefighters' journey. To the men and women we celebrate today, we all have their unique story leading to where they currently sit. Whatever that reason might be, all knew their goal had no guarantees of success. In fact, 50% of those who aspire to wear the uniform will actually never wear it. Becoming a professional firefighter is not a simple path, as many of you here are aware of from experiencing each step in the process with the person you're here supporting. To look back, first, there was a decision to go after something that was totally a chance. Will I make it? Do I have what it takes? And then they all took that first step. To earn their certification, they attended a training academy through a college, private business, or department who trained their own over the course of 6 months to a year. The Texas Commission on Fire Protection Basic Structure Certification requires a minimum of 472 contact hours, and most academies exceed 500 hours. Before long, they find themselves in a hospital or the back of an ambulance completing rotations to complete their EMT basic. Students quickly realize there's so much more to the fire service than spraying some water at a flame. After spending 1 to 2 years getting certified, they all decided they wanted to apply for Lubbock Fire Rescue. Filled in a room with many other hopeful applicants, their fate was in the hands of a civil service exam. If they scored high enough, they were invited to move on to the candidate physical ability test. While training for this agility test, there was a comprehensive background check that required them to put their entire life into a 44-page packet. Where did you go to school? How many jobs have you had? Who's your family? And how many bad things, hopefully, you have not done? Some of y'all's future may have hinged on one too many speeding tickets. Once they passed their physical agility test and background packet was approved, the interview process began. First, a fire investigator makes sure they're the stand-up person they claim to be in that packet. Second, the panel interview with all of the white-shirted chiefs staring them down, each asking a series of questions. And then finally, Chief Fogerson had him in his office for the final discussion and a conditional offer of employment. Congratulations, y'all were hired. A 9-month time of hurry up and wait was over. Then on a cold January morning, the real training was about to begin. Recruit school was 6 weeks of learning how to be a Lubbock firefighter with more studying and tests, bunker gear drills, and everyone's favorite, PT with Captain Austin. We as the training staff had a short time to sharpen you up to give you to the stations, and all of you have succeeded in that rite of passage. The learning process was only beginning once you finally made it to your stations. And then, just when you think you have your feet settled, paramedic school began for most of you. 6 more months of class, 547 and a half logged hours of classroom instruction, 548 logged hours between clinicals and ambulance rotations, and too many hours to measure studying for yet another difficult exam to obtain another certification. If there is a truth found with any firefighter, it is that we are always students, learning and growing in the pursuit to perfect our craft. You all share a common path and should be proud of the highly skilled and intelligent professionals you've been forged into. Congratulations on completing your probationary year as Lubbock firefighters. We are proud to watch all of you succeed, and we look forward to all of your future successes. Thank you.
This time, I'd like to invite up firefighter Heiner for the recruit address.
Good evening and welcome to the LFR Class 2023 TAC 1 graduation and pinning ceremony. My name is Morgan and I have the privilege and honor of speaking on behalf of my class tonight. Firstly, we'd like to thank our families and our loved ones for your support. As many of us are aware and have come aware, the fire service has many challenges it faces. Challenges the individual must face, and that can definitely lead into family time. For that, we appreciate your continued patience. Secondly, we need to thank our training staff, as they were the true professionals throughout the entire recruit training process. Class 2023 TAC 1 was led through over 240 hours of rigorous didactic and physical training, much of which was spent getting calendar ready. Training, we appreciate your continued guidance over this past year and your continued guidance throughout our careers. Finally, we would like to take time to thank our field crews, who served as both mentors and the epitome of excellence for us to emulate. They have guided us in over 2,500 hours of on-the-job training throughout our probationary year. They also brought us in to ensure we feel the camaraderie and the sense of belonging that comes with the fire service. I would personally like to thank 1C for taking on our class project as their personal challenge. They are doing the very best they can with that situation, and I think that's all we can ask of them. Class 2023 TAC 1, there has been a lot of growth, and I am excited to see how our future progresses throughout this organization. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you for that. Nobody was any more nervous than me for him to speak to y'all tonight, so that went well. This time, I'd like to welcome Chief of Lubbock Fire Rescue, Chief Sean Fogerson.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, sharing this special night with us. It truly is an accomplishment to get through all the things that these men and women have gotten through to get where they are right now. It really is special, and thank you for sharing that with us, and thank you for sharing them with us. For my graduates tonight, class 2023-1, firefighting is a difficult job and not an easy life. If you recognize those words but can't place them, it was I who told you those words on your first day of recruit orientation. I know you heard those words because, number one, the chief is always right, and number two, I give the same speech every year, so you had to have. But seriously, the experiences that you've gone through the last year would be enough to make lesser people quit, and you're still here, and that's a great testament to you. But going back to that first day of your recruit orientation, you'll remember that I told you that you would survive and in fact thrive for the next 25 to 30 years of your career if you would focus on the 3 pillars of success in the fire service: attitude, knowledge, and service. Attitude being your ability to embrace your current situation and strive to effect positive change, whether it's rescuing a child from a burning building, performing CPR on a 90-year-old patient, or performing a routine daily apparatus check. Knowledge in the mastering of every aspect of your job, not just to the point to where you get it done right, but to the point that you cannot get it wrong. And service, knowing that we exist as a department for one reason and one reason alone: to serve the citizens of Lubbock, because a lot of times we meet them on the absolute worst day of their life. Our sole purpose as a department is to make that better, to solve their problem, to serve them no matter what that looks like. These 3 pillars can be summed up in a phrase that we often use at LFR: know your job, do your job. It seems like a really simple statement until you know what goes into it. It is simply stated, but it is not done easily. Class of 2023-1, I can confidently say that you've done that. You have succeeded. By focusing on these 3 pillars, you have made the world a better place. You have learned your jobs, and you have performed at a level that makes me proud to call you brother or sister. Now, while tonight is a time of tremendous celebration for your academic accomplishments in reaching milestones in your career, your race is not over. Sometimes it will be a marathon, and at other times it will be a sprint. There are many good days ahead of you. The impact you've already made is just a fraction of what you will do in the coming years, and it will go very, very quickly. Tempus fugit. So remember to make your time count every day in all things, large and seemingly small, because there are no small things in our business. I'm so very proud of you, and your city is so very proud of you. And to the families, thank you for the love and support of these folks. They are very strong, but they need to know that you're behind them more than anything in this world, so thank you. Class of 23, thank you for the contributions you have made and will make. Take care of yourself and each other, and may God bless and keep you. Thank you.
At this time, we will begin the pinning ceremony. I will call each recruit up to the stage, and they will line up out front. Once we have the entire class up here, I'll invite the family members to come up and pin the badge on each of their firefighters. Firefighter Hunter Allison. Firefighter Brian Alvarado. Firefighter Tucker Brindle. Firefighter Austin Britton. Firefighter D. Clements. Firefighter Kyler Edwards. Firefighter Michael Farr. Firefighter Creighton Fowler. Firefighter John Ryan Gallegos. Firefighter Trey Garlett. Firefighter Morgan Heiner. Firefighter Benjamin Hodges. Firefighter Logan Jones. Firefighter Caleb Ledbetter. Firefighter Nathaniel Reimer. You're welcome. Firefighter Hayden Smith. Firefighter Gavin Wade. Firefighter Jennifer Walker. Family and loved ones of Recruit Class 2023-1, please come up and pin your firefighters. Class 2023-1, please turn around to receive your oath of office from Chief Fogerson.
Please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Texas. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Texas. That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations. Lubbock Fire Rescue Honor Guard, please ring into service Class 2023-1. Thank you all for coming tonight. I hope you'll join us in the foyer for refreshments, and Class 2023-1 dismissed.